After a long day, a few simple words can make everything better.
Pizza's here!
To end your day the right way, count on the carry-out and delivery experts at your local Pizza Ranch.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks and coming to you live from the Pizza Ranch studio. And we go up to just south of St. Louis, out in Imperial, to Seckman High School and head football coach Nick Baer. Coach Baer, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet, Coach. Fourth year as the head coach, 12th year overall there at Seckman. You're coming off a 9-3 season a year ago, which saw you win 2 postseason games as well. Coach, tell us a little bit about the team you got coming back.
Yeah, last season was our best season in program history, going 9-3. For those that may not know much about the history of Seckman football, we had only had 2 winning seasons prior to last season in 25 years. So, we're coming off a pretty big high. Going into this season, we're returning 18 to 22 starters. About 9 or 10 of these guys have been starting since they were sophomores. So, we got a lot of experience coming back. These guys have been here before, and they have high expectations.
Yeah, what's kind of the roster makeup about how many kids you got out, and just kind of break down the classes?
Yeah, program wide, we're at about 158 freshmen to senior. So, it's most we've ever had. It's quite a load, a lot to manage, but it's great. We got football's pretty hot in the Valley right now, and we want to continue to grow it. Because I know in other places, it's not necessarily going that way. As far as our varsity roster, we dress about 65 guys a week.
As you look at your schedule from last year, any changes from last year's schedule to this year's schedule?
Yeah, in the Suburbans, a few of our crossover games have changed. We're not playing Ladue or Hazelwood Central this year. We've picked up U City and Pattonville. And then our one non-conference game that we get to schedule. Last year we played DeSoto week 1, and this year we'll be playing Valley Catholic from St. Jen.
Tough challenge to open up the season there with Valley Catholic.
Yeah, tough matchup. Obviously a very prestigious program in the area, in the state, for that matter, with 15 state championships. We've been kind of gearing towards it all off season and these first few weeks of camp and practice, and we got one more week to make sure we're ready.
Tell us a little bit about for the folks down here. I'm coming to you live from Southwest Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the folks a little bit, the watchers, the viewers, I guess I should say, a little bit about your conference there and who are some of the members.
Yeah, so in our conference, in the Suburbans in St. Louis, they kind of tier us off into different tiered groups. Our most recent conference now, we play teams Oakville, Northwest, Melville. Fox used to be in our conference, but not anymore. We got Webster Groves and Parkway South. So, last year, actually, we won a conference championship. It was our first conference championship in program history. So, we're looking to repeat there as well.
Again, visiting with Seckman head football coach Nick Baer. And Coach Baer, just a little bit about your background. I know you've been there at the school for 12 years. Where'd you go to high school and kind of in college,
Mm-hmm.
and how'd you end up at Seckman?
Yeah, I actually graduated from Seckman in 2007. So, when it came time to try to figure out what I wanted to be, I came back here. So I taught math and was an assistant coach here for 8 years. Various positions, freshman level, JV, special teams coordinator on varsity, offensive coordinator. And then now the last 4 years, I've been the head coach and weightlifting teacher at the high school. And this will actually be my first year that I'm not a coordinator. I'm not calling the offense or the defense. So I'm kind of manning the whole ship and making sure we're in the right direction, especially with the 158 guys. I'm trying to keep them all focused on what we need to do and everybody informed.
Yeah, 158 guys. Tell us a little bit about your coaching staff. How deep is it, and who are some of those guys?
Yeah, I've got a great combination of some old dogs and some new guys that are pretty motivated. One of my coaches, Josh Freeman, he was actually my head coach back in the day. Now I brought him back to be our offensive line coach. My defensive coordinator, Jeff Taylor, he's been a head coach before at the high school level. He was also my head wrestling coach back in the day as well. And then Bobby Jackson, he brings a lot of experience to defensive line. He seemingly knows a lot of people in the area. Was a great lineman up at Northwest Missouri State. So you know how they roll up there. But he's my defensive line coach, and then like I said, I got a good mix of those guys bringing in the experience, and then young guys that are motivated and ready to work with our young players.
For folks that maybe not familiar with Seckman, if I'm going out and watch a football game, what kind of offense and defense? What am I going to see?
Yeah, defensively, we're in a 4-2-5, and we can make different adjustments week to week on what we do. That's pretty common. I would say our offense is kind of what kind of sets us apart from a lot of teams. We're a single wing football team. So we have two quarterbacks, tailbacks in the backfield, unbalanced, and I believe we're one of the few teams or only team in the state to kind of really adopt and marry the single wing and not just put it in as a package. But it gives us leverage in our run game. Teams know where we're going. It gives us answers to what we're doing, and we're just trying to run right at you.
Very good. Coming out of the Jamborees, where were you and what were your goals going in? And obviously, number one goal is come out healthy. Were you able to come out healthy?
Yes. Number one goal from the Jamborees, come out healthy. We always go to Festus for our Jamboree. So we actually got a chance to line up against Jackson at the Jamboree, and they're actually the ones that beat us in the district championship. And we played Sykeston, which is a little further south of there. And anytime you go to a Jamboree, you're just looking for guys to kind of make plays, get off the ball. You're not showing too much offensively or defensively, but very pleased with our showing considering the last time we stepped on the field with Jackson that kicked the rocks off us. So
you get what's your best guess on what class you're going to be?
Well, last year, we were kind of top 2 or 3 class 5 school. And, it kind of can come down to, 5 or 10 students on where we're going to be. And, really hoping that we're able to stay in class 5. But if we get the bump up, then we'll deal with that as we go.
Well, you open up on Friday with Valley Catholic and at Valley Catholic. And, Coach, we greatly appreciate you being generous with your time here at the Missouri Sports Network.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You bet. Seckman head football coach Nick Baer here on the Missouri Sports Network. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.